Cardona starts off serving. Side out. Oh no, that's a point for Cardona, excuse me. 2-0 start for the former champion here in San Antonio. Side out for David Horn. 0 serving 2. Good defense from Horn. Looks like Cardona starting out very aggressive, which I think is key for him in this match. We saw that from him last night in his semifinal against Rodrigo Montoya. He came out with a lot of fire. Sometimes he starts off a little slow, but it's nice to see him coming out with some aggression right now in the finals. It's been a while since Alex Cardona has won a title of his own, and so he's looking to reclaim his title here and get back to some of his status at the WRT. He's currently number 4, formerly number 1. 0-2. Nice down the line from Cardona for a point. Really keeping that ball up against the wall. Wallpapery. Another point for Cardona, a 4-0 start in game 1. Another aggressive move from Cardona puts him at 5-0. Nice get from Alex. They're going to replay that one. Look at Cardona's shirt. Serve, return, kill. I think that's his motto for today. He's wearing it right on his chest. Cardona has one of the toughest drives on the WRT. Side out for Horn. Bobby thought that serve was good. Looks like it was short, so he'll get a second serve. Good get from Horn. Yeah, that's the right shot from Horn, hitting it where Cardona is not. Gives him his first point. 1 serving 5. Make it 2-5. I like this serve from Horn. It's not super aggressive, but it's effective. Jamming up Cardona in the back of the court. Error from Horn gives a side out for Cardona. I think at 2000 Horn's really stepped up his game. He's gone from being such a defensive player and a retrieving player, and he's able to climb up to the #1 spot. He got 3 WRT titles in 2017 alone. 3 out of his 4 titles this year. So he's really improved a lot. He's dialed into his game. You can find him at pretty much 24/7 between coaching and practice. Good defense from Horn. He shoots and scores. Side out. Nice execution from Horn, got his feet set, fires away, gives him a point, makes it 3-6. Cardona pushes Horn up against that wall, gets the side out. Second serve. WRT plays by the International Racquetball Federation rules. We do allow for 2 serves. Nice pass from Cardona for a point, puts him at 7-3. Serve return kill, just like he's advertising on that Gearbox t-shirt. Puts Cardona up 8-3. Timeout from David Horn. Probably a good time to take a little break. He doesn't want Cardona to score too many points in a row. This is our finals of the Alamo City Open. Take a moment to tell you about a new option in racquetball, and it makes for a great gift this holiday season. It's RacketBox, the first subscription service for racquetball, offering a convenient way to get fresh gear sent to you automatically. You can choose a monthly or quarterly delivery, and plans start at just $28.99 a month with a guaranteed value of $40 or more. Plus, they have some special gift options, so if you go to racketbox.com, enter the promo code WRT17, you can start to customize your box or pick out a gift for a friend. When you sign up with that coupon code, you'll get 10% off your first box. Alex Cardona is actually playing in a double final today. He's in the singles final and the doubles final with his partner Gerardo Franco. He'll be taking on Montoya and Perea in the doubles final, which will be live streaming right after this. So Horn calls that timeout. Let's see if he can get the side out, break some of the rhythm that Cardona's found. It's 8 serving 3. Second serve. That's exactly what he wanted. He wants to get that side out. He breaks Cardona's concentration a little bit, and now Horn has an opportunity to score. Good D from Horn, keeps it alive. But he skips it on that back shoot. Side out for Cardona. Nice. Horn caught Cardona going in the opposite direction, gets a point. Brings it up to 4-8 in game one of our final. Horn a little frustrated. I feel like normally he takes some of the energy of his opponent and works that into his game, but it's so hard to do that with Cardona because he's just so even-tempered. We saw Cardona with some rare expression last night in his semifinal against Montoya. Those two were kind of smiling. They had a different rapport than we're used to seeing from both of them, but it's like Horn can't get a good read on Cardona's mood right now and get under his skin a little bit or start to rise up himself. So we'll see if he can turn things around as the match continues. Easy return for Cardona. Horn thinks it's short again. He's going to get a warning from the ref. Our referee is Gerardo Franco. Maybe that call was what Horn needed to get himself a little bit fired up. Good serve. Ace for Horn against Cardona, 5-8. Serve again. Cardona able to adjust, makes a good return. 2 bounces, side out for Cardona. 8-5 in game one. Horn sticks his racket out, but it's not enough. That'll be a point for Alex Cardona. And Horn definitely frustrated. He seems a little off so far in this game. Nice pass from Cardona for a point. 10, serving 5. Cardona's reached double digits. Five-10. Maybe a second serve for Horn. This match is not going the way Horn wanted. He looks really frustrated. He's missing some shots that he knows he can make. Interesting thing is now we're about halfway through this game one, and things have started to slow down. We're not seeing too much domination from Cardona as we started to see in the beginning. Really aggressive. We're seeing serve kill or serve return kill. Let's see if somebody can turn it up here. They need to pump a little more energy out there. Stay aggressive. 10 serving 5. Good D from Horn. Horn sticking with it. Cardona had a lot of opportunities in that rally, but Horn sticks with it, sticks with his retrieving game, is able to put it away and get the side out. Unforced error for Cardona results in a point for Horn. 6-10. Skip from Horn. A little bit of inconsistency out there for Horn. He'll have one good, one bad. But he scored a point that time, so. Alex Cardona from Juarez, Mexico. One of the big racquetball hubs in Mexico. Point for Cardona. Alex Cardona had a very successful juniors career. One of the most medaled players in singles and doubles as a junior. We're happy to have him out on the tour. He's been playing with the WRT since inception in 2012. Skip from Alex. Alex was actually one of the first calls from the WRT to bring him back into the sport. After his junior career, it was hard for him to break through and he turned to bodybuilding. Now he's back in racquetball. He had 2 years as the #1. He has the most titles on the WRT with 12. He's looking for his 13th this weekend. Lucky 13. Seven serving 11. Smooth off-speed shot from Cardona for the side out. A little unexpected. Looks like it was exactly what he needed though. He switches up the rhythm, puts himself back in the box, 11-7. Looking back at the ref. I think that one was 2 bounces, no? Looks like it was clean and it's a side out. 7-11. Look at this defense from Cardona. Nice from Horn. Oh, that is just untraditional right there. And a point for Horn. Who does that? Let's take a look back at that one. Some great retrieving from both players. Good gets. Here's that wild shot. Boom, and he pinches it. There's a timeout on the court. Probably good. I'm assuming Cardona called that timeout after a shot like that. Horn finding a little bit of new rhythm out there. He brings the score up to 8-11. This is game one of our finals. And we'll be announcing the player awards in a little bit. In between our singles final and our doubles final, we'll be announcing the Rookie of the Year that you guys voted on, Sportsmanship Award, the Fan Favorite, and we will announce the Player of the Year. I talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the match, but we'll keep it a secret for those of you that missed it. You'll have to stay tuned and find out who ends the season as number one. David Horn resumes serving. Nice get from Horn. Oh, Cardona going for that off-speed shot, doesn't make it. Point for David Horn. 9-11. They've turned up the intensity out there. Horn looks like he's finding his rhythm. Definitely, he's excited. He's into that jumping shot now. That's two for him. Brings it up to 10-11. Cardona not happy with that call. A penalty hinder called. It's going to tie it up, 11-11. Just like that, that momentum shifts in the game, and it's all tied up. Cardona was leading 11-6. Good side out for Cardona. Keeps the competition high in this match. It's 11-11. Easy one for Bobby, missed. That's going to put Cardona at 12. Momentum is shifting super constantly in the nice get from Horn. Ceiling ball from Cardona. Cardona right there to retrieve that. So he holds up. Mistake after mistake in that rally. Let's take a look back at this short game from these guys. Nobody making clean shots in this rally. Bobby gets that one. And there is Cardona holding up as Bobby Horn is in the way. So it's just a replay. It's 12 serving 11. And a point for Cardona. Skipped it with the ceiling. Man, we've got a match here in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. 13-11. Short serve. Bobby had a good run to bring himself up and tie it up at 2:11.11. Then Cardona put a stop to it. Oh, and a skip from Cardona. Let's see if Horn gets another run here. It's 11-13. Great shot from Cardona off that serve. Puts himself right back in the box. No chance for Horn. He wants to close it out. It's 13-11. Good serve and a good pinch. Again, he's got that textbook racquetball written on his chest, literally. Serve, return, kill. That puts Cardona up to 14. Bobby Horn calling a timeout. Cardona wants to close this match out. He's looking to reclaim his title. He won in 2015, and he's looking to take it again in 2017. Excuse me, he won in 2014. We'd like to thank some of the sponsors that make it possible for us to put on events like this, including OHE Painting and Wall Covering, United Stroke Alliance, know the signs of a stroke, a few seconds could save someone's life. Tennessee Machine Tool Inc., thank you for supporting the World Racquetball Tour. Thank you to David Hunter and his team out there. And of course, thank you to Gearbox Racquetball, the official ball of the WRT is the Gearbox Black Ball. Check out their products at gearboxsports.com. Another great season. Thank you to our sponsors like Gearbox, TMT, OHE, United Stroke Alliance, and of course, thank you to the local sponsors that make it possible to put on an event like this. The Alamo City Racquetball Association, Gulf Coast Graphics doing a fantastic job on those court stickers. Splathead Racquetball, Joe Hall, thank you to him. Quality Fasteners, Grand Slam Courts, Culebra Meat Market. That was my pronunciation, Culebra. I'm always working on my Spanish for those of you that are listening. Anyone who wants to help, you can message me. Thank you to Fix My Racket and Jalisco. All right, it's game point now for Alex Cardona, 14-11. Good defense from Horn right there to retrieve that ball. He was waiting right on it. Cardona could have hit it down the line, but he chose to hit it right back at Horn. Gets the side out. That timeout working for Bobby Horn. He gets himself back in the service. Good get from Cardona. Oh, Horn shoots and scores, puts him at 12-14. We have seen some incredible racquetball all weekend long. We had a full draw with 32 players in the draw, and these guys have just been battling their hearts out this weekend. There's Horn set up. Cardona just can't get there. David Horn had to defeat our dark horse this weekend, Ernesto Ochoa. Ochoa is from Chihuahua, Mexico. He took out Gerardo Franco in the round of 16s. He took out Andre Parilla in the quarterfinals. And then Horn was able to take him out in the semifinal. Alex Cardona battled Rodrigo Montoya last night in the semifinals, and Cardona also had to defeat Jake Bredenbeck in the quarterfinals. So some great matches. Second match point for Cardona. There it is. Alex Cardona wins game one, 15-12. We'll be back with more of the World Racquetball Tour Alamo City Open in just a few moments to see what happens in game two, because anything can happen. We'll be back in just a few moments. This is the Alamo City Open Finals. David Horn out there on the court. Alex Cardona winning game one, 15-12. Cardona won this event in 2014, 2015, and 16. Alex Landa won. So Horn is looking to take his 5th title, his first time in Alamo City winning. Cardona is looking to reclaim his title. And he's looking for his 13th title if he could pull it off here today. Game 2, fresh start. Let's see what kind of momentum we take from game 1. Skip for Cardona. First point for Horn on the board. First blood. Nice shooting from Horn for a point. Opens up game 2, 2-0. Probably a bad serve selection from Horn. Seems to change up that serve, although he just got 2 points off Cardona on that previous serve. So Cardona lines up for the drive. Short. Another serve return kill from Cardona. But I think it also shows how effective it can be to switch up your serve. He doesn't have to do the drive serve, but he really goes for it on that first serve. That puts us now at 1-2. Court's open, and a pinch from Horn for the side out. Oh, taking a look at the replay there. Great get from Cardona. Horn has the whole court to himself now. Pinches it. It's a nice choice. Too hard for Cardona to get back up there. Coming back, Horn serve. Rally. Nobody could put it down. Oh! Good anticipation from Horn, a nice soft touch. Cardona was really had good positioning there in the middle of the court, but he kind of took himself out of it when he thought he was looking for a call from the ref and he didn't get it. He's got to keep playing through that. Point for Horn. Three serving one. A good start for Horn in game 2. Another good pinch from Horn for a point. I think it's going to be key for Horn to keep Cardona moving around. You don't want to leave Cardona just standing right in the middle of the court. Once he gets him moving, he has more opportunities. I know David Horn has also been working a lot on his short game. That was something, his front game, excuse me. It's something he's been working on over the last couple weeks. He really brought it out in Utah, which was a great tournament for him. Oh, nice shot from Horn. He is on right now. Five one. Skip from Cardona, another point for Horn. timeout for Alex Cardona as Horn leads 6-1. But Bobby Horn has been really focused on improving his game. He's been working on his front court game. He's been improving his forehand. And we saw this pay off for Horn. He's won 3 of his 4 WRT titles in 2017. He won the Midwest Championship in March. He won the Grace Warrior Atlanta Open in September. And then he won the last WRT event that we just had in November, the Rocky Mountain Open in Salt Lake City, Utah. So he is on it right now in 2017. He's also crept up the rankings. He's been holding strong at number 2. He saw himself at number 1 for about a couple weeks ago. And it looks like he is lined up to win this year's Player of the Year by ending the year at number 1. He was in a tough competition in these last few weeks with Rodrigo Montoya, only behind him by 200 points. And with him sending himself to the finals here today, he solidifies his spot as number 1, which is a great accomplishment for Horn. And it's nice to have a new year-end champion. Alex Cardona was the year-end champion in 2016 and 2015. Polo Gutierrez, the 2014 year-end champion. Back in the match at 6-1 in game 2. That works for Cardona. He calls that timeout, gets that 75% on his side where he gets that side out. Second serve for Cardona. Funny how these two have sort of switched. Horn is looking like Cardona in game 1, and Cardona is looking like Horn. Another point for Bobby Horn, 7-1. Just incredible how that momentum can shift like that. Cardona had a strong finish to game 1. Horn had tied it up 11-11, and then Cardona was able to close it out. 8-1. What a big skip from Cardona puts Horn up now 9-1. That ball's down. Cardona lines up for the drive serve. He really goes for it on that short serve. These guys are going to replay it. Kind of jammed up there in the middle. Cardona capitalizing on that setup for the point. 2-9. Second serve for Alex Cardona. Horn sticking with that ball in the corner, gets the side out. Cardona looking a little static in the front court. He was much more aggressive in game one. Bobby Horn with my favorite shot, that perfect down the line. Puts him at 10-2. Ooh. Cardona hitting that low percentage shot. Seems to be working for him in that situation. Puts him back in the service box. 2 serving 10. Oh. And he misses that low percentage shot. Timeout for Horn. I think it's a good example of how those low percentage shots can work. He's 1 and 1. All right, looks like Cardona turning up some of that aggressiveness. That's what we saw from him in game one. He needs to keep some of that fire, especially against Horn. Horn is out for blood here today. He wants his 5th title. Ceiling ball. That ball is down. That ball for Cardona on his backhand side is coming off a little too high. And Horn, I think, showing some good patience, too, in waiting for the right setup and hitting that ball in the short court. It's one thing that we've seen in the progression of Horn's game is his patience and maturity. And I think that's what's really propelled him in 2017 into the #1 spot, winning 3 titles alone this year and scoring a point. 11-2. Good shot from Alex Cardona. Shout out to everyone watching on our Facebook page. I see some young players from Canada out there watching. We'd love to have you guys join us here on the WRT. We'll be publishing our 2018 schedule shortly. Check that out. We're always looking to add some new young players. Such a different game, too. Just incredible how this momentum can shift. And these players have totally done a turnaround. Horn now. I mean, Horn barely had to move in that rally. He just dominated from the center and had chances to shoot. Puts him at 12-2. Good defense. Good pinch from Cardona for the side out. Cardona holds up a 3, thinks that was 3 bounces, but he kind of needs to pick up his game. He's a little flat right now at 2-12. Good. Oh, ball kind of dying in that corner. That's tough. Bobby knows that wasn't really planned. Nice shot from Horn. It almost looks like Cardona's just wearing this one down and maybe waiting for the tiebreaker. I think he needs to turn it up a little bit, though. He wants to take a good pace into any next situation, like maybe a tiebreak. 2:13 in game 2 for our Alamo City Open final. Alex Cardona serving. Go for the drive serve on the first one, and he gets a point. 13-3. But Cardona able to handle that for a side out. Ball is so fast. .313. Good return from Cardona, from Horn. Cardona was a little too late on that one. 13-3. Yeah, Cardona just really losing some gas out there right now. It's 14-3. It looks like Bobby Horn is set to take us through to a tiebreaker. Oh, soft touch from Cardona for the side out. I really like the way Alex Cardona's game has developed since he started with the WRT. He came out as one of the most powerful players on the tour, known as being a heavy hitter, but we see shots like that, those nice soft touches. It's nice to see him mix it up and to watch his game adapt over there. Point for Cardona. 4-14. Ooh, scoops that one. Cardona right there in the middle with a perfect wide angle pass for another point. 5-14. All right, Cardona's turning it up now in game 2. Better late than never. Another good pass from Cardona. Picks it up. Good D. Wow. A running, retrieving pinch shot side out. Crowd loves it. Let's take a look back at that one. Here he goes. Between the legs even. Sorry, we had to come back as these guys were firing off that next serve. It's a side out for Alex Cardona. 5-14. Another point for Cardona. Horn really working that jump shot. We saw 2 of those from him in game 1, which worked. That one didn't work out for him. It's 6-14, Cardona serving. Clean down the line from Alex Cardona to put him at 7-14 in game 2. Cardona turning it up in game 2. Horn calling that timeout. Let's take a look back at that crazy between the leg pinch from Bobby Horn a couple rallies ago. Here it comes. Between the legs, pinch shot. Crowd loving that. Look at that love from the crowd out there. Horn definitely one that gives a good show. Alex Cardona too. This is a great matchup for our finals. We had a full 32-player draw this weekend. Some incredible quarters and semis. We hope you all will take a look back at that. If you didn't catch it on the live feed, we do post all of our past events on our YouTube channel, which you can find by searching for World Racquetball Tour. Our events are archived back as far as 2013. The tour first started with one event in 2012. That was the Pleasanton Open in October 2012, and our very first winner ever on the WRT was Carlos Keller from Bolivia. Shout out to Carlitos. He defeated Alex Cardona. That timeout not working for Horn. Cardona just turns it up. And, I mean, you'd think it could be too late, but Cardona's keeping himself in this match right now, and we know it's never too late. That 15th point can sometimes be the hardest point to get. We had a couple examples of that this weekend. Ernesto Ochoa was our dark horse this week. He took out Gerardo Franco in the round 16s. He was down both games of that match. He came back from like 14-5 to win that, to win 15-14. He came back in the second game like 13-10 to win. Then he faced Andre Perea in the quarterfinals where he took him to the tiebreaker 11-9. And then Ochoa played David Bobby Horn in the semis last night. That was another tough match. Bobby was winning game 1 14-10. Ochoa came back to win 15-14. Then Horn won game 2 15-14, and they went to breaker where Horn just kind of dominated. 11-1, I think, was that final score. All right, another game point for Horn. Cardona shuts it down. He makes that low percentage shot work. 8-14. Side out for Horn. Another game point for David Horn. Skips it. Game 1 goes to David Horn, 15-8, which means one thing, folks, we're going to a tiebreaker. Remember, the WRT plays by the IRF rules. It's best 2 out of 3 with the breaker going to 11, win by 1. So we will be back. We will be back with the tiebreaker in just a few moments. Let's take a look back at the last 2 plays from Alex Cardona and David Bobby Horn. Behind the back from Cardona. And he skips it. Rolling into another replay. Horn serving. This is the game point for Horn. Little jumping shot from David Horn. And Cardona skips it again. Horn wins game 2, 15-8. We'll be back in a few moments with more of the Alamo City Open Finals. We're going to a tiebreaker. We'll be right back. Let me ask you a question, racquetball fans. Do you often find yourself playing with bald racquetballs and crusty old gloves because you haven't taken the time to order new products? Well, introducing RacquetBox, a subscription service that offers a convenient way to get your chosen glove, preferred balls, and other great gear sent to you automatically. And you can sign up at racquetbox.com today and use the coupon code WRT17 to get 10% off your first order. Plus, they have quarterly subscriptions, and they also have some gift options available. So if you want to set up your favorite racquetball friend with a great gift this holiday season, you can do so by setting them up with a RacquetBox subscription. Check it out at racquetbox.com for some of those options. Well, this is the finals of the last event of 2017. You're watching David Horn and Alex Cardona at the Alamo City Open Finals. Alex Cardona won game 1, 15-12. Horn answered back in game 2, 15-8, which means now we're in the tiebreaker and nothing else matters but the first person to get to 11. Alex Cardona won this event in 2014. He was the first ever champion here at the Alamo City Open. David Horn has never won in Alamo City, but he has won 3 of his 4 WRT titles in 2017 alone. He's coming off a fresh win from the last WRT event, the Rocky Mountain Open in Salt Lake City in November. And Horn is now in a position to finish the year as number 1, which means he would be the player of the year for 2017. So here we go. Time in 0-0, our tiebreaker. skip from Horn, side out, Cardona. Pinch from Cardona gives him the first point of the game. Now, I'm just making an observation here, but Alex Cardona was the first to get some points, first to get the points on the board in game 1. He won that game. David Bahorn was the first to get points in game 2. He won game 2. So, if we're following a pattern, Cardona's the first to get points in game 1, in game 3, excuse me. A long rally, good for David Horn. He gets the side out. Not so good for Alex Cardona. He kind of ran out of gas there. 0 serving 1. Point for Horn. Another long rally. I think we're in for a tough, tough tiebreaker. 1-1. Tough rollout from Cardona. We'd say that was down the line, but that ball didn't really have a chance. Nice selection and execution from Cardona. Horn answering back with his own excellent execution. 1-1. Side out and side out here. Cardona with another low percentage shot. He makes those work. Skip from Horn on that serve. Cardona 2-1 in game 3. Another point for Cardona, tough serving, 3-1. Bobby Horn in the back of the court there, a little bit off camera, but he's calming himself down. That's a method that he's enlisted for 2017. Puts a point on the board, 2-3. Side out, Alex Cardona. Remember, this tiebreaker is the first to 11. It's 3 serving 2. Oh, ref saying that ball skipped. I think it looked cool, and I didn't see if it skipped. That ball is so fast. We're not really going to be able to see it on the replay because it's on that front camera, but again, it looked pretty cool. Brings it up to a quick 5-2 in game 3. Horn in the back of the courts. Again, collecting himself, slowing down that heart rate. Good get. Oh, and Cardona's turned to skip it. Some good gets in that rally. I think they're just checking the ball. The right way to check for a ball is to squeeze it. This is the 4th annual WRT Alamo City Open. We've had this event every year for the last 4 years, the first weekend of December. And thank you to the Alamo City Racquetball Association for bringing us back year after year. A little bit of self-talk from Horn, and I feel like this is a sign of his frustration. We saw it a little bit in game 1, and I like that he goes to the back of the court and mentally tries to regain his focus. He doesn't want to let this frustration get to him too much. This is a short game, first to 11. Second serve for Cardona. Nice shot from David Horn. Roll out for the side out. Alex Cardona is fighting for his 13th WRT title this weekend. He won the event in 2014. Alex Landa won in 2015 and 16. Meanwhile, Horn is going for his 5th title and his 1st in Alamo City. Cardona can't get that racket out fast enough. Point for Horn. 3-5. Nice from Horn. He's been working on that front game. It's paying off. Puts him at 4-5. Little too much there from Horn. Side out for Cardona. Ball super duper short. Alex Cardona from Juarez, Mexico in our final today, taking on David Horn from Stockton, California, now resides in Pleasanton. Get from Horn. Oh, that is a big skip. The emotions are coming out a little more here in game 3. This is it. It's now or never for these guys. 4-5. Point for Horn. It's 5s out there in game 3. We have a match. Shooting from Horn deep in the court for a point, puts him up for the first time in game 3, 6-5. A timeout called by Alex Cardona. It's heating up out here. Take a moment to thank the tour sponsors, OHE Painting and Wall Covering. Thanks for making it possible for the WRT to come out to events like this. United Stroke Alliance, a few seconds could save someone's life. Know the signs of a stroke. Go to their website for more information. Thank you to David Hunter and his team at Tennessee Machine Tool Inc. for supporting the World Racquetball Tour. And a big thank you to Gearbox Racquetball, another great season with the World Racquetball Tour. The official ball WRT is the Gearbox Racquetball. Go over to gearboxsports.com and check out some of the options for the racquetball people in your life, and even the non-racquetball people. I have to say, the apparel provided by Gearbox is just outstanding. Check it out, gearboxsports.com. Here we go, David Horn serving. He's leading now for the first time in our tiebreaker, 6-5. Nice return from Cardona. Good timeout. He was working the statistics on that one. 75% of the time you call a timeout, you get the side out. Now he has an opportunity to score. 5-6. Ceiling balls. See who gets the setup. Shoots. This guy's jammed up. They're going to replay. Five serving 6. Keeps that ball up. Horn really pushing Cardona out of the way there to get his positioning. Both players looking back at our referee, Gerardo Franco. It's going to be a side out. You can see Cardona looking off to his friends here in the stands. We're giving him the go-ahead. 6 serving 5. Perfect wide angle pass from David Horn puts him at 7-5 now in our tiebreaker. Puts it down, puts him at 8-5. This is a 6-point run for David Horn. He was down 2-5 in our tiebreaker. He's able to claw his way back to 8-5. Let's take a look here at a piece of that last rally. Good get from Cardona. Cardona following that one around. Horn from the knees. Coming back, Horn serving, 8-5. Another one for David Horn, 9-5. He is looking really good right now to close out this match and win his 5th title. Let's see if Cardona can get another burst, though, as we've seen from him throughout the match. Timeout from Alex Cardona. I think that's a well-played timeout. Now, David Horn is currently ending the year as the year-end champion. He was in a battle here for the last couple weeks with Rodrigo Montoya, who was #1 for most of 2017. Horn working his way up to the top 3 over the last couple years. He made it to #1 for about 1 week, a couple weeks ago, and he said that was an excellent feeling. That was one of the goals he had on his list for 2017. But now that he made it to the finals, he's surpassed Rodrigo Montoya. He was only behind him by 200 points. The WRT rankings work on a rolling calendar, so the points from last year will roll off. These new points will come in. That will be updated later tonight, so those final points should be shown on Monday morning. But David Bobby Horn now leading 2017 as the year-end champion. That's a great feeling. And he's looking to win his 5th title right now. He's in a great position to do so. Meanwhile, Alex Cardona, former #1, former champion of this event, looking to reclaim his title as well. Let's see if this timeout does Cardona some good. 9-5. Oh, man. Overhead backhand winner, 10-5. Match point for David Horn. Looks like that ball skipped side out for Alex Cardona. All right, Cardona now, let's see if he can turn things up. We know that the last point can be the hardest. Cardona, he's good at playing with no pressure, keeping his cool out there. 5-10. Second serve, he goes for it on that first. Good side out for Horn. Puts him now at his 2nd match point. We're coming up after this match, before we go into the doubles final, we'll be bringing on the winners of our awards that you fans have been voting on. And we'll also be doing the Alamo City Racquetball Association Awards. So we'll be live streaming some of those, so don't go anywhere. There's lots more of the Alamo City Open. All right, David Horn, 2nd match point. Let's see if he can sink his title. Good get. Oh, and Cardona puts it away for another side out. Gotta love the aggression and power from Alex Cardona. This is not his first time in a situation like this. Let's take a look back at a couple of the last plays. So much power from Cardona. Nice gets from Horn. Boom, putting that one away. Couple points ago. Some power from Horn deep in the court. These guys ready to go again. Cardona will serve. That's going to be a point for Alex Cardona. Looks like Bobby went to the wrong side, and Cardona gets that point. It's 6-10. Wow, Cardona waking up with a little bit of this pressure on him. 7-10. He just scored 2 points. Keeping that pressure on Horn. It ain't over till the first one gets to 11. Bobby slowing himself down in the back of the court with that breathing technique. Short serve. Beating on that right side. Oh, and Horn skips it. Mistake for mistake in that rally, but Horn takes a timeout as Cardona just scores 3 points in a row to bring himself up to 8-10 in our tiebreaker. Unbelievable. We have quite a final in place for you, and I've said it a couple times during this broadcast, but it has been outstanding competition. For our last event of 2017, we had a full 32-player pro draw. We had our dark horse, Ernesto Ochoa. Remember his name, folks. He's coming back in 2018. He took out Gerardo Franco and Andre Parrilla in this event. We had 2 tiebreakers in our quarterfinals. We had a tiebreaker in our semis. I don't even remember. There's been some intense matches, nail biters. I have no nails left. I'm going to have to go for a mani after this year. Let's come back fresh in 2018. We'll be opening up the season at the Longhorn Open, which is an event that sold out in 1 hour this year. That event will start January 12th, and all the proceeds go to UT Racquetball. Coming back, it's 8-10. Another point for Alex Cardona, 9-10. This is the final we've been waiting for all weekend long. I'm not surprised it went to tiebreaker, but man, everybody's on edge here. Good get. Another good get. Oh, and it hits him. Everybody felt that one. I'm sure you did at home too. Ouch. Tough rally. Take a look back at part of that rally. Here, Bobby asked for those 2 bounces, but no. Cardona's gonna retrieve another get here. Horn again thinks it's 2. He at least throws that hand up. Oh, and then it goes right into Alex. Oh boy, 10-9. 3rd match point now for David Horn. It's definitely now or never. Ooh, nothing like a second serve to keep us on the edge of our seats. I think he's gonna go with that backhand. Lob Z. Oh my God! Cardona nails it. Oh man, he's so smooth. Ooh, it's 9-10. Crowd is totally filled in here at the YMCA. Serve from Cardona. Bobby shoots and kills it for the side out. All right, 4th match point now for David Horn. Second serve. And Horn crushes it for the win, 11-9. Bobby Horn is now the Alamo City Open champion with his 5th WRT title. Congratulations to both our finalists on an outstanding, outstanding final. Bobby Horn finishes the year not only with his 5th title, but he also ends as #1. Congratulations. Thank you all for watching. We'll get some words from the winner, and we will be announcing the player awards in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere. We got it all live for you here from San Antonio, Texas.